everyone. Thank you very much for coming. Welcome everyone. Welcome back to the people I know already from the previous events. I'm super happy to have you in this bright room and this nice terrace. Yes, welcome back. I'm relaunching the community, new events, new speakers, new topics, and as well new logo, as you can see, as well a new LinkedIn page. So please follow it to get all the information for the next meetups. So everything is new, as I said, but still the same guidelines, inspiration, but as well practical tips, super concrete examples, concrete tools, etc. So tomorrow you can go back to your desk and have concrete actions and to share to you or to your teams or to your boss. So everything is new, but still very inspiration in this meeting action. This is a mantra I created. And what else? So yes, behind this shiny logo, we have the special guest today, Arthur. Is here as well to talk about something we love and we hate at the same time. Not referring to chocolate, but to notification. I am sure you are checking your phone, seeing if something new is happening all day long. But at the same time, you hate spamming. So today you are going to explain to us how to create some useful notification to avoid noise. And yes, so thank you very much again for coming. Thank you for your expertise. We will have some drinks and food on the terrace just after. Then let's show begin. Thank you very much, Arthur. I give you the mic or the remote.
Okay. So today we're going to talk about notification, and as you said, like how we can create like better notification, like think them through before everything else, and yeah, let's dive in. So first, my name is Arthur Retrou. I'm head of product design and head of design here in Barcelona. I hide my age because it was always something I had to update, so you never know. I worked in a company called La Factory, so we make our own products. So now I don't have to explain to my clients like the importance of notification because, well, I'm the client basically. But before that, I accompanied a lot of startups building their product, and it was like something we didn't really think through, the notification. So I learned a lot about that. We do a little bit of everything, and in Barcelona we are specialized in the product design and the marketing, just so you know. But my life is not just my work. When I'm not at work, I love getting wasted in festivals. Like the muddier the better. This is my favorite object in the world. Does anybody know what it is? Yeah, it's a farting slime. I think it's the most ergonomic object in the world. Like you give it to someone, they put their finger, it farts, it's done, you know? So it's just like something you have to keep on your desk as an UX, like this is the basics, right? I try every year, but I'm never a champion of the throwing of olive pit. So as you can see, you have like it's very, very difficult, and every time it doesn't go that far. And a while ago, I started a Facebook page, like I don't know if it's still on, called Buy Shit, and the principle was just to share shitty product on Amazon. Like I didn't gain anything from that. I didn't know about affiliation. I should have, but so you had product like How to Talk About Your Car About Gun Safety. It's a nice book. Then you have like very nice postcard to announce bad news, like it's syphilis, never good news, right? And finally, this heart-shaped bike light. All right, so now that we get to know each other better and everybody is chill, right? Can you raise your hand, like, if you have ever felt overwhelmed and stressed by the red dots of your notification? Like, does anybody, can raise your hand, yeah? Just so I can see the, okay, so that's why you're here, right? So that's the first thing when we think about notification is like too much and the absorption of the red dot. That's the first feeling we get. The second one is, did you ever receive a random call asking, Gary, is that you? Or something like, hey, do you have your credit CPF? Or like a spam, you know? Did you ever, can I get a show one? Yeah, okay, twice the people, okay. And so that's the second thing about notification in all the way we can imagine. It can be fun and everything. It's just you don't understand why. Like, why do you send me this promo or why do you send me this notification? I don't understand all the reason why I received this. So, what's the deal with notification today? When I design like a product, I do like with what we call a user map. So it's very simplified one, but basically you have all the actors on the side, and then you have the steps, and then you have the objective, the final objective, right? And the thing is, like, everything is perfect. From that, I can make screens of all the steps. Then I can make a nice prototype to make user tests and everything. And so we're sharp, like we have everything, and then we can go on development. And then my client say, okay, but what if we want to say to him there is a discount? I'm saying, no problem. Like, we're gonna add like pop-ups and everything. And then he say, okay, but what if the app is not active? I say, no problem. We have push notification. And then he say, okay, so you didn't think at all at this at all? And of course not. Like, we really thought like the process of the app, like from the signing up, you know, like you register to my app, you enter, but we didn't think like the whole cycle of all the app is gonna use on everyday basis. So the problem today is just we considered to include this solicitation in our lives. I'm gonna talk about a lot about solicitation instead of notification, because when you think about notification, you think about the red dots, but it's not just that. It's just like a solicitation, really. That's something that cuts you from what you are doing because you're gonna look at it. And we consider to record it every day, like a lot of time. So you have to understand the problem is just 71% of user uninstall apps because of noisy notification. And it's a lot. Like, compared to this, the people unsubscribing from email because of the little hiding link at the bottom is like between 5 and 7%. So basically, if you're doing an app and you have shitty notification, you're gonna lose like a lot of users just because of that. So that's a lot to consider. So okay, let's go back a little. So at the beginning of time, notification, what was it? I'm not an historian, right? Because I want to be designer. So the definition is to notify is to make known, like in the dictionary is that, right? And the first example I've looked upon, this is Mulan, I love this movie. It's just like on this scene, he's gonna light a fire, he's gonna ignite another one because they pass a message through, right? So okay, they notify each other, like there is like there's some people attacking, right? Then you have like the paper boy, like screaming news in the streets, so you can buy his paper, he wasn't uninterested. And then you have the first message of internet. Like I said, I'm not an historian, it's a very short history of the world. And then we land up to this, what we know when we think about notification, right? So now we can say, from our perspective, that notification is every communication that interrupt what we were doing. Like, I'm speaking with somebody on the street, and then my phone rings, and I'm gonna look at it, and it interrupt this conversation I had with this person. Okay, so what's in it for the user? Because it wasn't made just for that, right? For the user, it's just like information and discovery at the beginning, real time. Like, if I need to be notified of something happening right now, I can. And then on the correct device when it's well done. Normally it's on my phone, and then I have to be notified when my Uber comes in, but I have it on my phone because I'm not in front of the computer. And what's in it for the business? Real-time broadcasting on all the devices available, and there is a lot now with the watch and everything. And make money. Like, let's not kid ourselves, like the notification is not uninterested at all. So now the real question, why is it a pain in the ass? Like, I found doing all of this research, like a lot of Medium article, like something really dark, some really extreme about notification, but it wasn't like a lot of real solution, you know? It was just people saying like, it's too much, I can't stand it no more, stop it. But nobody was like thinking of, okay, how can we do it better? So the first thing about notification, of course, is the red dots and the count. It's just something that mesmerizes you and attracts you. It's just like this pattern, you know, this illusion. It's just like you see it blinking, and we want to wash away all of our icon, and we don't want the red dot anywhere. Even if, like for me in LinkedIn, for example, I have a lot. I open it and it just say 2 people saw your profile, and I don't give a shit. And then I quit the app, and then it's done. I don't have the red dot and I feel fine. That's the first thing. The second thing is, of course, the noise. I'm gonna do you feel strong? Normal. It's normal. I'm gonna stop because I have some chairs also. So okay, now let's talk about it, and we will dive like in the real tips. It was just a small intro to stress you out. It's the wrong movie. I know it's the fifth element. Okay, so at the beginning there were 5th element, right? The interest, so the why, we're gonna say in the notification. Then there was a message, the what, the device, the how, and the when, like the moment, and the frequency, the how much. Was hard to find this one. So we're gonna explore all the aspects, and all those 5 elements compose one notification, basically, one solicitation you're gonna send to the user. So first, let's talk about the interest. So, fun fact, gonna be fun facts all the way. On average, we take our phone out of our pocket 221 times per day. So it seems like a lot, but when you think about all the time you take it out just to look at the hour, well, it's included at those moments. So it's kind of, yeah, it's a lot. Even on Sundays, even during church, it's just like, it's really crazy, like every day. So the first tip is just the user must understand the reason of the request. I'm gonna say like a lot of obvious shit, but then I detail why, okay? So sometimes I receive mails like this, and I don't think I have like problem over there. So I don't understand like why do I receive this? So of course this is spam, but somebody obviously leaked my email. So obviously now we know it's spam. Like my grandma, for example, she doesn't obviously know. So that's an extreme example, but sometimes I wonder if I put like my right birth date on Facebook, because I have like, sorry, I didn't know he was gonna die yesterday. An old screenshot, it's an old screenshot. Was alive back then. But so I received like recommendation of pages like for the Vatican, or for this is like an old people program on the TV in France. And I'm like, what the fuck? It's just like, why do you recommend me some stuff like this? Like, I'm not the target, I'm not everything. So it's just like so badly targeted from their part. And but it makes me wonder the reason why do I receive this. So you have to explicit the reason why your user is receiving like your content, or target it better. Then the opening and the reading of a notification always come from a motivation. So you have like studies that were made where they ask people like, why do you open notification? And they classified all the answer you're gonna see on the left with 2 feelings: the feeling of motivation and the feeling of control, like the sensation, like I'm in control as a user of the notification I receive. So the first one say, I don't understand what's the deal with product catalog, no motivation and no control. It's just like I'm just like I have to fill it every day, but it's a pain. Then you have I open them because I'm forced to. So yeah, it's slow, but we can still work it. I open them because the others do as well. So this is another feeling. It's just like everybody is using Snapchat and everybody is doing BeReal. Every time I have a notification of BeReal, I'm on the toilet. So no, I'm not gonna do it every time. But it's the other do it as well, so I do. I don't want to miss out. It's just the FOMO. I open them because we are aware of seeing and I follow the news. So this is good because he wants to, like, he understands the reason and the purpose of the notification, but just for one thing. So it's our job to make him discover that like the other notifications are also interesting as well. So this is good actually. And then I open them because I find myself in those communication. That's awesome. And I open them because they're awesome. So that's awesome, obviously. So actually the harder it is, like the hardest one are those, because you have to keep a steady pace and interesting notification all the way. And those you have to, I don't know, give them more sense of control or give them more interest in the notification. So there you have the deal, and you can ask your user, for example, this question and see in which they fit. Then you have every request need to incite the user to act right away. So sometimes you have a notification like this. So just saying it's updated, you don't have anything to do. And the most frequent one I get, I'm sorry, I'm gonna like launch myself on LinkedIn, but it's just like, it's LinkedIn. And at the time, I don't know if they still do that, I had like, it had been auto-updated and it just like delete right away. But if you change it with saying the same, but adding like a verb of action, like what you can do now, then it incites the user to do something and to open it. So basically, to resume this tip, it's just like add a verb of action. It's just that simple. And think about if it's something meaningful for the user, of course. Then we go to the message. So it's little tips. It's just like, it's not a dissertation on each and every one. It's just like little tips. So Lord Polonius said one day in a fictional world, brevity is the soul of the wit. So basically, it's just like make it short, or just cut the shit like the title. So long notification doesn't help the understanding and can have like bad effect on the long term. So again, other people like scientists, more intelligent than me, they make an experiment and they find out like you can explain every concept in the world, like individually, I mean, in a sentence of 16 words. So this is like a short sentence of 16 words. So that can be like a trick, like how can I have to give this message to my user, how can I reduce this message to make it fit in exactly 16 words. 16 words in English, in French it's a little bit more, in Spanish I don't know, but like I know in French all the sentences expand more, but the study was in English. So you can make the exercise and see if it fits, and if we still understand it, the shorter the better. Then of course we have like the limitation of the device. So basically what we need to see here is the 𝒑𝒂 column, because of course we are like limited in the number of characters we can send in your notification. So of course you can say, okay, 16 words, but they all like count triple on Scrabble, but it's not gonna work, of course. So this is iOS and this is like Android, but Android, the reflex people have is just not just looking at the lock screen portrait, but the lock screen drawer, which is here, yeah. So you have a lot more. Okay, so you have also to provide enough information. I'm just saying the contrary. You have to provide enough information in order to make the message understood, of course. So sometimes you have notification like this. So if you forgot like what is a track, you don't know. And even if you know, it's enough for warning. Like, okay, what the fuck, a track? It's just like, I don't know what you want from me. I don't know what I have to do. It's just like a meaningless notification, basically. Or this, It's just like a long notification saying, okay, it's just so you know, but check the TV. It's just like, what? Okay, so it was a short one. So you have like to give enough information, even in 16 words, right? Then you have to respect the rule of the 3 C's for the tone of the message. The 3 C's are those ones: the context, the culture of the user, and the custom, like in customization for your user. So context, you have to be aware of the context. So for example, there is a hurricane and you have Pokemon Go saying, hey, go chase around Pokemon in your park. It's kind of fucked up, but it happened. And I saw like, I don't know if it's good marketing or whatever, but 𝐏𝐞𝐿AB is going to be available on Prime Video tomorrow. And I don't know if it's just like good marketing or it's really fucked up, but they're aware of the context, I think. So that's the context. You have to be aware of everything. Cultural. So the idea is just like know your user and how to address to them. Like if my grandpa received that, I ask him, why do you have grinder first? But then it's just like, for him, it's just like hieroglyph, you know, he doesn't know what it means. So you have to adapt. Of course, it's just like harsh example, but it's just so it sticks with you. Can be just by language, of course. And then you have custom. At one point, Duolingo, I did the sign up, but I didn't choose like any language. And he proposed me like every language in notification. I was like, okay, dude, it's just like too much. So really like practice all the language. It's too much. So again, you have to be aware. For custom, for example, you have good example. It's so old logo, but I didn't have the good notification on mine. So the idea is just like they calling you by your name, they're giving you like contextual. Uber is gonna say the name of the driver, the minutes. It can be like your Burger King order is coming with Glovo. Like I don't know, but give me some context. Just like your order is arriving, it's not gonna amaze me. But if you say what I order or how many minutes is gonna come, is great. And for example, Netflix sending me like House of Cards season 2. If I was looking at House of Cards, makes sense to warn me about that. Okay, so the device. So again, every time a fun fact. So the Y generation, we are the Z right now, right? I don't know, I don't follow. Can scroll an average of 90 meters on the smartphone a day. So it seems like a lot, but it is a lot because like it is a lot. I don't know if I do this like walking every day, but the thing is, an impulsion of scroll is just like between 1 and 1.5 centimeter. So to do this, it's just like a lot of scrolling. And this fact is interesting because we're gonna see like you can notify your user within apps. You don't have to send push or send email. So every device has its target goal. So I found this and it's perfect. You have like the push notification, so the ring and the notification you see on your lock screen for simple content and high urgency normally. Then you have the email when you want to do like rich content, but it's high urgency anyway because I receive a notification. Then you have notification in app. So you can be in the drawer of the notification within your app. And then the one we forget every time is the newsfeed. Like you can also in your product, it doesn't need to have a newsfeed, but it can be like, I don't know, a sticky bar saying, hey, we have a promo, or hey, now you can do this in our product. This is a way of notifying of your new feature or something without like, I don't know, just sending something disturbing your user. It's a way we every time forgot. And as they scroll like a shitload of meter every day, they're gonna see it anyway. You need to have the device transfer, that's my favorite, in order to keep your user on track. So what I call, I'm not a scientist, so maybe scientists call it differently, but I identified like 2 transfers, the minor transfer, the major transfer. So for example, I'm on Facebook, or I receive a notification, doesn't matter, and I see this game, Spider-Man, right? And I click on it, and then the page I land on is just like, it's not Spider-Man, it's just like the whole catalog. And then I'm lost because I'm like, I wanted the Spider-Man. Like if you say to me, go check your profile, I click on the notification and I'm on the home page, I don't understand. So it's just like deep link, and now everybody is trying to do it well, but you have to think it through. That's a minor transfer basically. But then you have the major transfer. This is worse, is if you want people to download your app, sometimes I'm on the website of this Vivaldi, which is like a bank, and I see those icons downstairs, right? And then I click on it and they say, okay, but you have to be on your iOS device. And I'm like, what the fuck? And you can, on your website, put like, put your phone number, you send me a text message with the link for the App Store, and then you transition this major transfer in a good way. So this you have to be careful, because otherwise, like you're saying, like imagine you are like a shop, online shop, you say there is a promo on an email or a notification, I click on it and I don't see the promo, or I don't land on the page of the promo, they're gonna get the fuck out, and then you lose a customer for nothing. And all the customers are gonna say, nobody is gonna, maybe it's hardcore, but nobody's gonna look for it. They're gonna say, okay, maybe it's done, maybe it passed and I missed it. So that's a bad thing. Notifications are different, so why should they have the same design? So as a designer, it's a question, because we learn like the basic code of Bootstrap, right? It's just like green is for success, blue, I don't know, is just waiting or updating. This is a small warning and this is a hard warning, right? But in notification, we cannot design like the Apple drawer is just like, it's locked like this. But some experiments are being made, like for example in Android, like when you can see the Google logo, but you have the small cloud to indicate for weather. You have some stuff for the game, sometimes real-time data for the election. And for example, because we are not like fucking hackers working on Android or Apple, what you can easily do is just add an emoji. Like before your message, you add an emoji of alert or sunshine or a gift. And without reading it, I know that this is a gift, this is a promo or something. And it's something I don't see a lot, like in the notification, and I think it's kind of stupid because it's super easy. Okay, then we go on to the moment. So the new generation, starting with the Y, but I think the next one are the same. We all are in what we call a state of instant gratification. We want everything. We like big crying baby. We want it now. I want it. So the deception, you can say, if you're saying like there is a big promo, come over down, and then I in my head I'm thinking, I don't know, minus 50%, and I see 5%, you're gonna lose me. So people are crying baby, so you have to be careful of what you're saying. So a moment is always linked to a context. We saw the context earlier, right? So if we deep dive in it, like this is the opening of the email and notification in app, and we're gonna see the push later. So basically, what we can see is just like you wake up, except some who have insomnia, I don't know. They're looking at your email at the middle of the night, but basically we wake up. Then during the day, it's just like more email focused, because I don't know, we are in front of the computer, so it's easier. And after, when you are at the digestion phase, like after eating, like you say, yeah, fuck work, and you just look at it in the app, like basically. Then for the push, so we can see the push send and the push open, and basically it follows. And so, yeah, you can see it's just at the end of the day, like most people do find their work. And so the thing is, they're gonna look at the end of the day, or I don't know, in the middle of the afternoon and after. So you don't have to take note and make probability. These are the best slots to send notification. But the thing is, if everybody does that, right, we end up with this like 7 p.m. on a Saturday, just like. So we cannot, of course, base ourselves on just this, but basically we can explain those by I don't know, it's just like the middle of the week and I want to know what to do or what to do of the rest of the week at night. Then on the Saturday 11 p.m. it's just what I'm going to do of the weekend. I'm going to check everything that's available, and I fail my Saturday, so I'm not going to fail my Sunday. And Sunday you let little hangover, so the window is just wide open. But basically it's that. So you have to find, you can use one of those moments, of course, but basically it depends on your product, depends on the notification you want to send. And so you can use it, but not all at the time, please. The notification reduces the focus of the user on your product. Oh, this one my favorite actually. Sorry, forgot. So something we can all do like tomorrow, but please do it. Like I download an app, right? So I just like doing the sign up thing, and it's sometimes a long process, and then I'm on your app, right? The first screen I see, it's beautiful, I want to discover and dive in everything, and right away you're sending me the email like welcome, so I click on it and I'm out of your app. Just because of that you fucked up yourself, like on your own, because I'm out of your app because of you. So this email is mandatory, like to confirm, like because of course you registered to my app and everything, but you can delay it. Like the law doesn't say you cannot delay it for 15 minutes, I don't know, 20 minutes later, so I can discover your app. You know what I mean? So that's something you can do tomorrow because it's super easy, actually. Then if the user accepts to receive notification, he wants to be in control. We saw that at the beginning, right? So basically the main error everybody does is just like I download an app and I see a first screen and right away I have this like, would you like to have notification? And first reaction is just no. Like it's a no brain. I don't know what you're gonna send me. I don't know the product. I don't know if I want to stay. So as a designer, what I find is just you can make like a screen like this, explaining the notification, even showing some example, and then they're gonna click on the green button, and then I have this, and then I can accept or no. You can also do this for I don't know, like the geolocalization. If I don't know why do you need to geolocate me, you can explain to me like the reason and the meaning and the value for me also. So we measure like on the app of our client, like by doing so, of course it's one more click, yeah, but we had like a lot more acceptance on the notification. So it's small way, but it's kind of fun, and you can make nice screen also. Another way to make them feel in control, so that's base count. I don't know if you know this tool, but basically I can choose like, I don't know, like a timeline to receive notification, date, because I don't work the weekend. And then if the user like configure his notification or the timeline of the receiving of the notification, he feel in control. And so when he receive one, he knows why, because he gave me the permission, right? So that's a cool way also to give control to the user. So we saw the moment, but now there is a frequency, right? So last fun fact, I promise. There is something called the IFS, the information fatigue syndrome. So we saw lots of ads every day, like a lot of information of message and everything, on internet, on our phone, on the street, on the TV, everywhere. And so the studies show that when some people are in the supermarket, because of the IFS, they don't even enter the line, you know, of the supermarket. They take the products like at the top of the line, or the brand they know, that they don't look the rest. So basically, if we put it in our thematic today, like if your notification, you send it too much, also when at one point you're gonna send a message important, it's gonna be drowned in all the notification you gave before. So avoid the duplication of similar information, even with a few days between. So this was, I think, like R&D of Android, like combining, and I think today even for iOS is done, like combining. You don't have two notification of message on your lock screen. You see two new message, you see the names, and then when you click on it, you enter and you choose which one you want to answer. But you can do also this. It's just like say if you say okay, we're gonna send, for example, it's a tool for a team, right? Every time somebody from the team put a ticket, you receive a notification. Well, you can assume like it's a big team, we're gonna send like 2 emails a day saying, okay, here is the ticket, instead of sending it right away because it's too much. Or leave the user in control and choose if you want to be notified right away. This is another experience. For example, for people who are sending message like, okay, cool, yeah, see you there, like just like one message, one word, one message, basically. They were looking into this in Apple to make it look like this, like to condense it in one message. Okay, some notifications are periodic, but most of them are sporadic. So basically, periodic is just like you define a period when you're gonna receive a notification. Sporadic is just out of the blue. So the advantage of being periodic, and that's what we want to do, is just like make a deal with the user. And basically with the Basecamp method I show you, you make a deal with the user. It's just you're gonna receive notification, those type, because you choose at those time. And so we have a deal with him. So we have like a regularity defined in the beginning. Of course, we need to bring value. Like when you subscribe to a newsletter, like nobody does that nowadays, but back in the days on the online shop, they say, okay, subscribe to a newsletter and you're gonna have 15% or all the best offer. So that's the obvious value from it. Sometimes you don't have value and still it's periodic, so the user doesn't know why he received this. And you build a relationship with your user. It's not like falling in love with the user, of course. It's just like, but they know why they're receiving it. So and they accept to receiving it because it's a relationship between us. As for the sporadic, on the other end, there's no regularity, no relationship with the user, and nothing actually. So we have the real time. That's awesome, and sometimes it's useful. But basically, it's just out of the blue. So the first thing I'm gonna think is just like, okay, what's going on? Because it's not part of the deal of our relationship, right? So it have to be meaningful at this moment. At one point, there was this app I thought it was really fun. It was called Drunk Shopping. And basically, it's just an app. You download it, it's a chat, but you cannot chat with him. And he's gonna send you a notification, random, but mostly time where you could be drunk, to propose you like a shitty product. So I was like, I need to contact him because it's by cheat, but with notification on, it's awesome. And so yeah, when I tried it, it was like pretty accurate when I was drunk, but I didn't know like my alcoholemia in real time, but I don't know, it was like, and so we talked about earlier the cultural, you know. So even here in this message, it's just like it's a body of mine saying, yeah, you have to check this out. So it was really well done, like for a little experiment, right? And then I don't remember where I put this, but I think it was awesome. Just like sending pizza randomly to your ex. I don't know, it was awesome. It's just like we make a deal with the platform, but it's just like it's kind of cringe. So then we have too many messages, create a feeling of false emergency and useless anxiety, like we said. So basically, like you have this table to understand, like if it's critical to the user, high priority, and we're gonna say incoming call or maybe notification push and everything. If it's important, we're gonna like be soft on the wording also, and we're gonna find like other mediums, and its potential value to the user is gonna be this. And at the bottom, you see like in my mind as a user, what do we consider important? If I have a call, of course I'm gonna answer it. Well, nowadays with the spam less, but most of the time, yes. If I have social interaction with my friend, of course I'm gonna answer it or look at it at least. But if it's something like new offer and everything, for me it's always like low priority, right? So you can also define your priority line along your notification. Okay, so how do we conclude this? Because it was a lot of little tips. So like I said, it's just like every notification is composed of those 5 elements. You have a lot of tips, but the thing is always to remember to I don't know, I like have a framework of saying, okay, I'm gonna build like some notification or add some notification and try to make them pass the test of the why, the what, the how, and define if it's okay, like if all light are greens. Because today we consider user as user, and you are users also. Like a notification are DDoS attacks on the brain. For those who are not geeky, a DDoS attack is when a lot of people connect to the server, so it burns. And for now, it's just like, I don't know if it's not on app I'm gonna like, but when I see notification, it's like no right away. And we have to change that as product designer. So you have, I don't work for them. You have like really great solution. We use like Batch. They offer you like a lot of way to communicate with your user, like push, in-app, or web, for if it's a website. And you have a lot of cool feature, but mainly when you build one, they're gonna say to you like, okay, for who it is, so you target well, when do you want to send it, or what frequency, and what's the message, even though now with AI, it's gonna recommend you, okay, we can tune it up, your message, to make it better. Also, they have like a lot of ways we didn't approach today, but you have like silence push. It's just you're sending a push, but it doesn't vibrate, doesn't ring. It's gonna look at it when he's gonna look at it. So like, as a user point of view, it's just like very nice, a nice gesture. You have A/B testing, of course, and you have like rich push. So basically you can add an image and everything, so you can give rich content to your post. So again, I don't work for them, but I think it's a really nice tool and for using it, because basically when you have an app like this, or it's the marketing team who's gonna build all the notification, but it's not the developer. So they're gonna say, okay, designer, like you thought it through, like make the notification. So Batch was super friendly and very nice to use. Then another tool you can use is 𝐏𝐿. Is just to understand why your users are installing your app. So basically you have a lot of connector and then but on the dashboard you can also see like the direct correlation of they receive this email or they receive this notification, and I don't know, in a timeline of 2 hours they uninstall everything. So maybe that's the cause. So that's damage control, but then you can also understand why. Basically, I want to leave you with this. Notification are the extension of your product. If you consider that your product is shit, then you can have shitty notification. It's up to you, but it's part of the product. Thank you. And if you have like precise questions, I'm here to answer everything.
For example, I turn off all my notification. I basically receive like maybe 2 or 3 applications notifications. So is there like techniques for the companies to actually go fish me again, or like like with notification, because I am not overwhelmed by a notification.
Actually, they can, like again, LinkedIn. I'm sorry, but it's just like fucking shit with the notification. LinkedIn does this thing. It's just like, first, if you want to deactivate the notification, you go to menu, to menu. It's just like the 7 ring of hell. But the thing is, when you manage to deactivate everything, they're gonna update the app and legal, and so they put new kind of
So this is a data thing.
I don't know how they do it, because those type of notification, I said I don't want it and to see it anymore, and then I have it. So I don't know the way, but I think updating maybe the legal and everything, or changing the menu in the parameter, you can justify, but it's a new menu, so we didn't know we didn't want it anymore. That's my analysis. I'm not a developer at LinkedIn, but
well, I think sometimes when you use the app, actually, it tells you information and says, if you would have your notification app, we would have told you about it.
Yeah, you can.
So that's another way of trying to sell.
To blame the client.
Yeah, you missed 50%.
You missed 50% of the discount.
No, but it's a nice way to reactivate the notification, like you said, within the feed. So you're more accustomed to see the pop-up activate notification, but when it's within the feed and with nice twisty wording, sometimes you don't understand that you just subscribe to the notification again. Yeah.
The silent push is good.
Yeah.
And how do you work with marketing teams, different products, marketing?
I mean,
marketing?
yeah, it's a good question. Like basically, when I make a product, like I don't know, for a community product, for example, the notification are obvious, like the functional notification, like you receive a message from this person or somebody answered your question. So I draft a list of all the first notification, and then it's marketing who say, okay, but we want to speak about this and that. And so we decide then, okay, it's within the interface, it's an email or it's a notification. Like we try to define this. And at the end, what we do is just like taking a timeline of I don't know, 1 week with our product, and see if when we put all the notification numbered, if it's too much for the user, like too much on day 1, or maybe on day 3 is going to receive too much to the frequency.
So you are testing as well notifications?
Yeah, we do notification, sometimes within the app also, because it's not urgent. But the thing is just to visualize with this calendar of 1 week, like on day 1 is going to receive 2 emails, the welcome, the welcome offer, another email. Then he's going to receive like the first message from the community, then he's going to receive, so like the first day is over soliciting, for example. And so when you visualize it with a lot of points and a lot of, I don't know, solicitation in any way, you're going to say, okay, day 1 is too much, so we're going to quit some, maybe put it on day 3 or something. So that's why.
Do you have any examples on A/B testing that you've tried in any of the 5 dimensions that you mentioned?
No, not at end, but the thing is, what we do is just like try to include it also in our user test. So before the development, right? Like we're trying to work with receiving a notification during the test and seeing like if he is gonna click on it right away, and we know like the notification is appealing or not. Sometimes, at the contrary, we just like see if you send, like, you know, if I say to you like I'm a platform of, if you invite your friend, it's gonna have 15%. Well, we can also within the prototype open the real WhatsApp with a pre-written message, and then we see if the user change it. And so if you change it, we know like what we have to change because the message is not perfect, it's too formal or something. So we do tests like this, and then with user, when the product is live, we try to observe users using it. And sometimes you have like, most of the time I say, it's not my product, even though it's mine. When I say, this is shit, I'm crying in the inside, but the thing is like I learn. And so that's the best way, yeah. So like really test it with user like on your side, because that's when you know like they're gonna say real stuff. I don't know if that answered your question. It's just like,
Yeah, pretty much.
okay. Everybody wants to drink beer. No, sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Go on.
No beer yet. No, just a little question, because as we work in B2B, and this is very B2C, I don't know if you have any tips, because all of those can apply to B2B, I think, but I don't know if from your experience if you have.
Yeah, it applies like mostly because when you have like, I don't know, you use CTO, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, you have a lot of tools. And so all the tools are gonna send like, I don't know, you receive Jira tickets, you receive GitHub push, you receive Slack notifications. So mostly in B2B, it's just like a lot of solicitation. So you have, if you make a tool for professional, you have to focus mainly on the sensation of control or giving control and seeing this option through. Like if I say, if my tool allows you to receive an email like immediately when something happens, one time a day, 1 time a week, and 1 time a month, like a report, you have to design it, to sync it, and to develop it. And as a user, I'm thinking, okay, that's awesome. I tried the immediately, but it's too much because my team is big. I'm gonna do once a day, and I do once a week. It's not enough, so I come back to the once a day, and it's awesome. So basically, there is like so few tools that allows you to do that. So when you see one, you know it's the good one because he thought about it and is there for you like in a professional way. I mean, so yeah, basically, the more you give control and you understand the volume they're gonna receive, like sometimes when you register to a professional tool, they ask you about the size of your team, so they know. Like if you say we are like 400 developers, they're not gonna say okay. Like each time there is something, I send you an email. They know it's gonna be like an overload, so they can adapt it. It's just like when you ask the date of birth at the beginning of an app, you can, I don't know, make the text bigger. I don't know. Like we can sync everything. Like we have this info, we ask it. So like for why? It's just to say happy birthday on your birthday. It's just fucked up. Like we can use it for better things. Yeah.
When the target is your own employee on your company,
Yeah.
so you have to notify them and to make it relevant. And so in security, we are sending a lot of vulnerability things, etc. You have to make action in the hour, but they don't care about your email. So what is the secret to make it?
Maybe the problem is the email. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I know. But
maybe it's just the device, like the support, like the email is not the good one. Maybe they need something more instantaneous because you work in security. So when you say there is a breach or something, they need to react. Like you have all the reason to send it right away. For example.
But I guess it's just because if they say there is a breach that will steal the money of your company, they don't care. If they say there is a breach that steals your own money, you'll react directly.
So maybe that's the message.
I guess it's just
Make
just
it
because
personal.
people don't care about
make it personal then.
Yeah. It's just if you say like your bonus will decrease.
And it's already the case, they still don't care. They are still don't care.
I mean, I don't know. You can try like on the object of the email, like to put the emoji of the alert. I don't know. Like what I mean is just like we basically like also primitive. We react to very simple things. When you see the list of your email unread, and people are fine with it. Like me, my inbox is always 0 because I have folder and I'm like a fucking maniac. But everybody I know is just they have 3,000 unread and they don't give a shit.
Yes.
But or more. Sorry
what
for
are
the
the proportion
change.
of the maniac compared to, do you know? The proportion of the maniac checking has to
It's just like
50-50?
most of them are locked up in institute, but I'm here. But
Yeah.
no, I think you can say 99% of the people, 0.9, are not maniac. They don't give a shit because they gave up. So the thing is, I don't know. Your email needs to stand out, and you can try different wording and see if the open rate goes up. Then you can do emoji. Then you can. The more like you're talking about an alert, so you have to be very alarming.
Do you double down with internal messaging apps, like if you're using like a Slack or Teams? Or
Yeah, sure, but it's not that simple because of ownership, etc. So you have diffusion list, and they are not the same things by email because they have a third-party company contract also.
Maybe sometimes you can like see like what you said about Slack, but it's just you can see, okay, do you have a tool when we can contact you that you use, and maybe try to make an integration with the gap with this, because sometimes it's just like I don't know if they say, okay, we want to warn you of something very important, but we're just sending out in your garden. And I'm like, okay, good, but I'm not always in my garden, so you can send out, and I'm not gonna see it. You know what I mean? I'm exaggerating, but you know what I mean? It's just like maybe the email, they don't give a shit all day long because, like I said, they have like a lot of GitHub or other tool email, so they don't look at it, basically. Or maybe you don't send too many alarms or something.
20 a day, so maybe too much. But
They pay for it.
Depends if it comes from a system, I guess. If it comes from a system, you see, look, it's coming from Microsoft, you never read it. But if it comes from a person and you see, like, okay, it's coming from Alric.
Yeah.
And you say, dear Alex, here is, I have a question regarding this, you will read it. If it's written like
Of
an
course.
email from Microsoft, you will never read it. I
No,
guess
true,
maybe that's
no,
the
You can
I have
try
so
also
many
this,
actually now.
like put in the expedition like field, like put your name, and so it's not the service calling me somebody.
Oh, my,
with mail merge it works well.
yeah, but I have so many. Okay.
You can do that, but the thing is just like fool me once, don't fool me twice. You know what I mean? It's just like
Yes.
the chocolate you have beneath the cushion in the hotel works the first time. 15 days later, I'm like too many chocolate. It's just like so yeah. But it's yeah, you have all the reason to send it right away, and find the best medium to reach the people.
Yeah.
I know. I know.
You know me, I'm always sustainability thinking. So I have this question: do you have tips or sustainable practices that are maybe new or in place to reduce the digital waste?
I don't know.
Or is it like something that is in design when we talk about design and?
It's really interesting. I don't know I know like the waste, the impact waste of the email
Of course.
we clip and everything, but I don't know about notification and everything. But basically the tips all around is just, except if you work in something with like alarm and everything, don't send too much notification.
Because
And-
it could be like, for example, this like in Mission Impossible, it could be the message is going to destruct like something.
Yeah.
Is it possible to put that in place, like a notification that will destroy itself?
I don't know, maybe you can, like, we can, Ryanair does it well, like the alarmist stuff, so you go right away. But if it's self-destruct, I don't know if we can do it for the notification or the,
Could be like a new way of doing to attract
Yeah.
people and for them to click also.
maybe it's a nice way to think, maybe Batch is gonna propose it, I don't know. But the thing is, basically, if you send less, so we have less, and so we consume less, basically.
Yeah.
But the good thing also is when I see a notification on your app, and it's so rarely, I know it's important, and I know it's something good you have to offer me. Like the drunk shopping, again, it looks stupid, this stuff, but basically, when I had a notification of it, because it was so random, I was like opening it right away. It was awesome. It was a joy of a moment, you know what I mean? So if they can feel that about your brand or your product, it's great. Or alarm, and very scared the shit out of, because you need to provoke this. You need to provoke a reaction right away. Depends on the feeling you want, of course. Okay, let's go drink beer.